So, good evening. We are back again. Apologies for the lateness. Lateness is greatness. This is going to be the only video of the day. I fell asleep, so I've missed that window of opportunity to be able to put two in there for today. Same goes for the other channel as well. But it is what it is. We are going to talk about Manchester City and their historic treble, beating Inter Milan 1-0 last night. Before we get into talking about that, make sure you are smashing the like button. Make sure you are subscribed as well. Subs are flying on this channel, so thank you very much. Appreciate every one of you. Feel free to hit the super thanks option, and I'll reply to everyone who does. And yeah, man, let's talk about it. I've seen so many people crying. Why is everyone crying? Oh, yeah, but the Invincibles. Do you know what's really crazy about that? As soon as the game finished, everyone's waffling on about the Invincible team. Why? That was 19 years ago. What is going on here? Oh yeah, but that's the only untouched achievement. It'll never be beaten. Let me just tell you something right now. Yes, in the Premier League, cool, but to do a treble, that's 3 trophies, mate. 3 trophies. Did we get 3 trophies for doing the Invincible season? Whilst it was fantastic and whilst it was great, and whilst I lived through it and was at some of the games as well that season, whilst it was all fantastic, we got 1 trophy. Manchester City have just picked up 3. So why are we waffling about invincible seasons? You should find shame, man. Honestly, find some shame. Yeah, this was 19 years ago. 19. And people are sitting there, oh, I'm so proud that nobody's going to be able to beat that. Me. Who cares? Yeah, the fact is we've gone 19 years without a trophy. Without a title. Man City have picked up 3 in 1 season. Kind of crazy. They've picked up the Champions League, something that we never managed to do. They managed to win the league, something we ain't done since the Invincible season. And they've done the FA Cup, a cup that we've thrown in the bin for the last 3 years since winning it last. So find it kind of weird that people are starting to bring up the Invincible season to try and put down Manchester City's achievement. Then I've seen Man United fans saying, oh, but our treble was better. Our treble was better. Who cares? Yeah, again, find shame. Yeah, your football club's just as fucked as mine. It's crazy. It's actually insane how poor these football teams have been. And everyone's crying about Manchester City. Oh, yeah, but they've got all of these charges. They're cheating. They're sponsor smashing. Jealousy is unbelievable at the minute around Man City. You know, the fact of reality is they're the only football club in the league that actually take competition seriously. Now, do Arsenal go out there and try and buy the best players to try and compete to actually win the major honours? No, because their owner ain't interested. Do Man United's owners do that? No, because their owner's more interested about stripping money out of the club than putting it in. The Liverpool's owners go out there to try and win the league every season in the Champions League, albeit cool. They do have 6 Champions Leagues or 6 European Cups over the name change as well. But let's be real with it. Yeah, Jurgen Klopp has done it pretty much on a shoestring and has pretty much overachieved with that team, if you think about it. You know, getting them into title race upon title race, getting 90-odd points. 3 times, I think it is, or 4 times they got 90-odd points. No, but ultimately, he's only won 1. Yeah, and he's won 1 Champions League in that time. Obviously, the domestic cups as well. But the Liverpool actually invest to go and win it every season. They've just got extremely lucky. They landed with an extremely good manager. But unfortunately, for them, Pep's just better. And it is what it is. Do Tottenham even try and have a go? No, they don't. Chelsea under Abramovich tried for a certain period, but even they ain't won a league for 6 years. You know, so I don't know why everyone's crying about Manchester City. Yeah, Manchester City have got an owner that cares and wants to invest. They've got a manager who's the best in the world, and he's got a style of play and an elite mentality that is better than most on the planet, which is why they win. They've got a fantastic team. Yeah, I do think that, you know, people are going to say this is one of the greatest teams in history, and rightly so it is. Yeah, but I do think that their Premier League team, yeah, let's not take away the 2 other cups, but for this instance, I'm going to. Yeah, but for the Premier League, they've had a team that hit 100 points. For me, that team was better. But as an overall, the one that's won the most trophies in 1 season, this is easily their best team. Yeah, in terms of the 3 trophies. No, yes, I know they've done a domestic treble, but to land the Champions League. And listen, they weren't great last night either, by the way. I didn't think they were fantastic at all. On another night, Inter Milan score a couple of goals. But it don't matter about another night. They got the job done. Fantastic finish from Rodri. What a goal, by the way. Unbelievable goal. But I think over the balance of play, I'd say they probably marginally edged it. But on another night, if Inter take their chances, all of a sudden, boom, they're out and they're losing. Yeah, and they end up with runners-up medals. But having said that, on the flip side, Haaland had a chance. I think De Bruyne had it. Was it De Bruyne? No, it was Foden. I think it was Foden had a chance as well, and they both scuffed both of their chances. But listen, it weren't a great Champions League final. But if you're a Man City fan, I'm sure you don't really care. Yeah, you've won the trophy. You've won all three major honours this season, and well done to you. Congratulations. I'm extremely jealous, but I'm not going to sit here going, "Oh yeah, but the Invincibles was better." The Invincibles. The Invincibles. Do you know what Arsenal fans sound like when they're saying that? They sound like Spurs fans. They sound like Spurs. Arsenal fans have morphed into Spurs fans. For all the things that Arsenal fans used to take the mick out of Spurs for, they're now doing exactly the same. Putting the pressure on. Oh, no, but no, we're in phase 3. Like, I find it baffling. Like, at the end of the day, Manchester City, have not been found guilty of anything. So all these people that are sitting there crying their eyes out about all these charges and the cheating and all of this and all of that. Well, either way, they've not been found guilty of anything, and they probably won't. It's a Premier League investigation, so even if they do get found guilty of all of these charges, let's say they get found guilty of every single one of them, still can't take the Champions League title away, can you? Because it's a Premier League investigation. So I don't know why people are moaning. It's just baffling. Yeah, instead of kicking off and crying and making out your achievement at your club's better, why don't you actually start applying some pressure onto your football club to actually try and compete with this team and to actually try and overtake this team? I just find it hilarious. Football fans are so backwards in their thought process sometimes. All sitting there trying to outdo each other online. It's like 5-year-olds in a playground. Oh, my dad's bigger than your dad. Like, who cares? Yeah, Man City have won the treble. Arsenal won nothing. Man United won a League Cup. That's it. Liverpool won nothing. Chelsea won nothing. Tottenham won nothing. That's it. Yeah, instead of sitting there crying like a baby on the internet about it, why don't you actually try and apply pressure to your football club to get better next season? To go and buy the best players you can buy. Yeah, instead, all I see is Man United and Arsenal fans, especially, sitting online, just hyping up every player they're linked to. It's kind of weird. Apart from Jordan Pickford, of course, because no, Man United fan wants him. The same as Castagne at Arsenal. But I'm sure once he gets to Arsenal, if he does, and once he gets to Man United, if he does, I'm sure the PR train will be out. He'll make a couple of good saves. Castagne make a good tackle. All of a sudden, oh, he's amazing. Which reminds me, go and check out the video I've done about Castagne on the main channel. But listen, congratulations to Manchester City. They are everything that Arsenal Football Club smashed the stadium down to be like. Yeah, when we left Highbury, in fact, when we got the funding at Highbury in 2004 for Ashburton Grove, the Emirates Stadium, we had one of the best teams in the world. We had the best team in the league. It had just gone invincible. We had one of the best teams on the planet. We had world-class players all over the pitch. Now we ain't got a single world-class player. And we moved to be up there with Bayern and Real Madrid. So instead of Arsenal fans moaning and crying about Man City, moan and cry about the ownership of Arsenal Football Club and the hierarchy of Arsenal Football Club and the fact that we're looking at players like Castagne. Yeah, Man United fans that are all crying and bitching about it. Yeah, why don't you go and cry about the Glazers taking over £1 billion out your club? Because everyone's crying about the £1 billion Man City spent. Well, I'll tell you something now, yeah? I'm pretty sure every football fan watching this would rather £1 billion being put into their club than £1 billion being taken out of it. Because that's what's happened in Manchester. One owner's put £1 billion in, the others took £1 billion out. And the difference is night and day. You can see which ones took £1 billion out because they've won a Carabao Cup. Well done to them. They've got a trophy this season. That's their first trophy in, 5-6 years? That's embarrassing for Man United. Their Tottenham are just a laughing stock, more interested in Beyonce, WizKid and go-karting. Chelsea are an absolute mess. And Liverpool, well, they don't spend any money. Yeah, cool, they've just bought McAllister for 35 million. They ain't going to go out there and do 200-300 million to try and win it next season. Yeah, so again, This time next season, we'll be sat here. Man City are probably back in the Champions League final. They would have already wrapped up the league again, and everyone will be crying again. Yeah, at the end of the day, apply pressure to your football club to make your football club better. Stop crying about Man City. Yeah, when I remember watching the Galacticos back in the day, the Real Madrid team, I've seen a couple of posts about this from City fans. Yeah, they were buying up all the best players on the planet. Nobody was crying about them. Nobody was crying about them doing all the money. Oh, but they've spent £1 billion. Well, go and have a look how much money Real Madrid was spending on all them players. Roberto Carlos, R9 and all of them ones. Yeah, Zidane's and that. Zidane went for about 50 million. Yeah, and that was back then. That signing now would probably be about 300 million. Like, so yeah, why don't you stop crying about Man City winning a treble? Congratulate them. They're the best team this season in the Champions League, the FA Cup, and in the league. And at the end of the day, Man United fans that are crying about it make me laugh. Yeah, because you literally lost to them in the FA Cup final without putting a fight up. You're too busy jumping around outside with your green and yellow scarves, and then going inside after you've paid to get in there. Boycott the games. Don't go to the ground. Don't buy anything from the clubs. Make your club better. Demand success. Yeah, Man United and Arsenal should be ashamed of themselves. They're even sitting online, crying about, oh, our treble is better than your treble, and oh, the Invincibles is better than Man City. Like, come on, get a grip, people. Yeah, the fact is, Arsenal won the league 19 years ago. My forehead was a third of the size. Man United haven't won a league for how long? 11 years? Should be ashamed of themselves. The audacity for both of them fan bases to be sitting online having a dig at Man City. Yeah, find shame, people. And on that bombshell, let me know your thoughts and feelings on that. Check out the video on the main channel about Castagne. Smash the like button through the roof. And make sure you are subscribed as well. I will be back again tomorrow with 3 uploads. Like I said, I fell asleep. So a little siesta today after a late night last night, getting in early hours of the morning. But yes, normal service resumed tomorrow. Have a wonderful Sunday. Congratulations to Man City. My loan's been extended for another 2 years, by the way. Adios. Goodbye.